will hold me to the shore.
Sets up their positions well, allowing cats. Oh my god! Oh, hello everyone. On all the servers that you are in, whatever time it is, good evening on the Asia server, good afternoon on the EE server, and good morning in the UK if you're watching it from the UK, and good morning on the NA server if you're still. I mean, you're either sleeping, you're either putting up very late, or you're just or you just woke up very early today. So anyway, tonight it's going to be a special one. It's going to be a top 8 preview on all 3 servers. We're going to do it separately. First up, we're going to do the Asia server, and then the EU server, and finally the NA server, which is not going to be 1 hour before the usual tournament time for the NA server. That's because I have to sleep. I have to sleep. So that one, it will be around 3 hours early. So don't worry about that. So here we go. Let's actually talk about and I will not use this face cam for the moment. Let's talk about what happened on the Asia server. So I think the new format encourage a lot of clans to play this season, and basically it's kind of a huge contrast to what it was like the last season. The last season, and I always say this, it's a huge contrast to what it was a year ago in the summer season, where one of the top 16 teams isn't even playing for the professionals, and we are now into a stage where the top 16 is not going to be an easy fight, and teams basically have to fight for a top 16, and they have to train hard. And in the end, these are the top 16 teams. You're seeing Feast, E7I, ECG, GB, HLV, NQE7 in the top 8, King are under 9VE for the DTGRI, and Wild in the summer season in the middle echelon championship. Archtoon have put up a really good fight towards the end, but they are unable to qualify to the next day, so they're unable to overtake Wild. Otherwise, it would have been a huge result there. UI also played throughout the entire season, but unable to put a dent, unable to qualify for the top 8 in the last 3 Bronze Series tournament. So that means they aren't able to get a single ticket to the last 2 Gold Series. And I think the Asia server, the top 8 is decided pretty decently. Beast, E7, GB, IDRN, EA, HLV, and NQE7 in the top 8. Only RN is not in. RN's not in the top 8, and they've done really well in the last Gold Series tournament. And then we have ECG the 9th, and further down, all the clans except Wild, are in here, but I'm going to excuse myself for a moment. All right, I'm back. Sorry, I'm back, and then yeah. So I think the top 8 this season is pretty good. With the top 9 of power rating into the top 8. 8 of them are in the top 9. All the entire top 9. 8 of them are in the top 8. So pretty decent. I really like this format. I think it benefits a lot for the small tournament scene of Asia server. And I think what happened during the season is that King has been the top 8 for most of the time, and so is 9V. They got knocked out on the final day because they failed to qualify for the next day. King in a more spectacular fashion, where GB, NQE7, ECG, and King are in the same group. But GB also failed to qualify for the next day too, meaning ECG and NQE7 are through to the next day and they are through to the top 8. GV have slipped further down to number 6, and they will face ID. And I think, and I will be following this one. This is going to be a huge match. Either one of them will not qualify to the top 4. It's either ID or GB, and that's going to be extremely exciting. Okay, so here tonight I have NQE7 with us. They are currently in the 8th place in the top 8, or in the Cups leaderboard. They are going to join us tonight for this interview. So hello all. You can now come in.
Hello, Wildan.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing?
Yeah, we're doing pretty fine.
We are doing pretty fine. Slightly nervous.
I can understand that. I mean, this is going to be your first top 8 on the Asia NQE7. I mean, last season you did really well with coming first in the Challengers tournament. I think you all threw us off guard as well. Like, you were like not losing a single match all the way until the grand final, I think, and it was really impressive. So I think this season is going to be a good season for you. Now that you're in the top 8. So let's start with how do you rate your team in this season so far?
Well, the team has had a lot of new players since spring season, so it's a pretty new team. We had kidnapped a lot of players from other clans after the spring season, and our performance also attracted new players in. And we pretty much have improved a lot in chemistry in a very small span of time. So I would still rate a very good improvement, but we still make a couple of small mistakes that we need to fix on. But that's about it. I would say we have a good improvement this season. Definitely a good one.
Yeah, I agree with Giga there. Our team improved a lot during this season. I'm pretty happy about that. So I rate my team pretty high.
Yeah, I tell you, so I think you went on the last day too. I mean, I think you beat GB.
Yeah, we went in the clutch. Yep.
Indeed.
I mean, you beat GB once on my stream. Like, that was on probably
Hell,
GB's weakest map, Hellas. So
And yeah,
I mean,
we got invited into different rooms from Yakuza afterwards.
as always, which I do not condone. I believe. I mean, provocation should be reduced as much as possible, because that's not nice. And so
You want the clean scene here, boys. Yep.
Yeah.
we don't want too much drama on the tournament scene, you know, to kind of attract more people to play. So what are your expectations for the Summer Season Championship?
Well,
Well,
to be honest,
No, you go on first.
our expectations were top 8, and we have reached that pretty well, I would say. We just made it top 8, but still very happy about it. And our expectations for the championship at the moment is to give a good fight for all the top 8 clans that we face. Not go on a 0-5 or something like that. That's it.
I don't
yeah,
think you
that's
will
a
go on
possibility,
0.
maybe, but we'll try our best.
Yeah.
I don't think you will go 0-5. I think the first clan you're facing will be Feast, isn't it?
Feast.
Yeah.
What do you think about your chances against Feast?
Well,
I'd say I don't, it will be a close fight. We'll try our best to give Feast a good fight, but I think that Feast will probably come up on top, but we'll try our best on that.
yeah,
Right, that's
very
good.
true.
Yeah, I mean, Feast is a huge favorite, obviously. If you saw that power rating too, a huge favorite of the season. So I think if you were able to win against Feast, that would be a big upset, and I think Feast would not be happy about this too because they were playing really well this season so far. Especially, I mean, if they lost to you, like I can say it's like Endgame getting knocked out on the first day last season on the
Yeah,
spring
that's
serve
true.
Yeah,
season.
that's true. Yeah, that's very
We're
true.
coming into this match being the underdogs, basically.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, or the underdogs, but we'll never know. We'll say hello to
Maybe
everyone.
Maddox will be in our favor, Madbox, and he's gonna jinx us once again, and maybe things will turn.
Oh yeah,
True.
I mean,
We won
I don't-
slowly because Madbox jinxes us every time in challenges games.
yeah, I mean, Madbox didn't rate you back then in the challenges. Like, I don't know what happened there, but yeah,
One day, I think he has something against us.
Yeah, true.
I don't know, but I think this season, Madbox is benefited by a lot more matches being played this season. I think, especially when this format where the middle of the table clans play a lot more matches than before. Like usually before, it's just only the most of the clans only manage to get into the group stage quarterfinals and then gets knocked out. Just only 2 games per previous skill. So if you do the maths, that's just like around at least 12 games. I mean, around 15 games. Theoretically, that could be inputted to the supercomputer. But now you're seeing Bronze Series tournaments, round robin, and then those middle of the pack teams can play a lot more games than before. So I think that will probably help with the algorithm, and I think this time we don't see a lot of tiebreakers already. I mean, I run it for my EU server, and only Loka is predicted to go tiebreaker against A1N1, which is to my surprise because I thought Jones and APA would be the closest, but So, I mean, talking about the format this season, what do you think about the format? Do you want to keep it for the autumn season?
Well, for Asia server, my personal answer is a no, because the competitiveness of Asia server is very close. So it's more likely, and the teams are also less. So there's a high chance of basically the top 8 teams or top 16 teams that are worthy facing each other in the quarterfinals or the day 2, the qualification for day 2 in gold. And which causes a lot of clans like RN to get knocked out of top 8 and get seated in top 16, well-deserved position in top 8. So I would say it's a better system than the win rate one, I would definitely say. But it still needs a little bit of tweaks here and there.
Right.
I'd say there is a couple of ways to improve this seeding, as not making the schedule as hectic as it is right now. Because everything is crammed into one season. I don't think this format is really good for attracting teams. Because let's be real, no one really wants to play 7 days in a week.
True. That's very true. I mean, that's a huge issue for this season, for the format where too many games are crammed. And I think there is a general decrease in the number of teams participating as well, because
Yeah, the pub teams have lost interest into these tournaments because of the schedule.
first, and also secondly because it's in fact inevitable that there are two types of tournaments on the same day. Like you can't really avoid it when you have like the professionals being held every single day. There are still like season coins and the quick tournaments, and it pretty much drives pop teams away from the professionals, I would say.
Yeah, it actually does do that as well.
I
I
wish
mean,
the bronze gave a little bit of silver coins. I think that would like attract teams to play on this bronze tournaments. I think that would be a good solution to it instead of the season coins.
True,
I
I
do like.
think. Sorry.
Yeah, I do like the addition of top 32 teams. It gives them a lot of, what do you say, they have something to play for. And what do you say, they have a bunch of rewards that they can play for, and it motivates them so they can improve and maybe challenge the top 16 and then improve more and challenge the top 8. I kind of like that, actually.
Yeah, I do enjoy this where the lower echelon teams are given a chance to prove their worth and also encourage them to train harder for the next season, which I want to see more.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think kind of what the bronze series tournament format, the round robin, I think fits really well to small servers like us. That there are more games to be played, and I think in general it's a better format than the last one. I think still there needs to be changes, maybe for the Gold Series tournament. If we don't use the random seeding, that I think would solve the problem with like clans, not qualifying to the next day because this seeding. I mean, fewer teams for the random seeding. Higher chance that you will get a weirder group or
That's
weird
true.
groupings.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on to this one. Let's actually talk more about NQE7 during the season. So, and I think winning against GV 2-0 on Hellas while being streamed by me is quite a moment already. But I mean, I haven't streamed a lot of your games, right, basically.
Yeah,
during the
we
season.
instantly came into your stream after we beat GB. We were like, wanted to see what your thoughts were on us.
Yeah, indeed.
Like right after we beat GB, everyone was like, "Yeah, let's go to Wilden stream. Someone stream Wilden."
I was trash talking your entire team throughout that game, so I'm just joking. I'm not.
Yeah, that kind of hurt.
Still, but that was a good game for us. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely a good game. But other than that, do you have other moments that? Do you have your favorite moment during the season as well?
Definitely, we have. It was not in goal 3; it was in goal 2. So, the moment is between us and RN. So the match is for day 2. So if we win this, we qualify for day 2. If RN win this, they qualify for day 2. So it was like so intense for us because we really wanted to make top 8, and we knew that this match would decide everything. So the match was so close, and it actually went to a tiebreaker. It was in Naval Frontier, and the game came to like winning to a 1-shot worth of damage, basically. So it was, if RN shot, they would get 1,000 cap points and win, and if we shot first, we would get 1,000 cap points and win. And we actually shot first, and we just ticked the cap to 1,001 on the tiebreaker. That was maybe the most intense moment for us. And
that was very nail-biting. I think that also puts you into the top 8 too, and sad for RN. I think they played really well this season. But I mean, there are more than 8 really good teams this season, so one of them have to, not get into top 8 again, which is pretty sad.
Sadly with RN as well, they lost a lot of main players because of in real life issues, I'm pretty sure.
But I mean, this season they also played decently. I think they deserve top 8, but as I said, there are more than 8 teams that deserve top 8, so you gotta have some teams not being in the top 8 in the end. So sadly, RN is one of them.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean that was really nail-biting too. But I mean, I think that gives you a lot of cups for the top 8. But also, I think let's talk about the third Go series, because I think we all know that group you were in was a group of death. Basically, you're in with GV, ECG, and Kang. They are all fighting for top 8 too, and I think you are the first team that went to the next day in your group, beating GV.
Yep, we were facing ECG for the round 1, and then we faced GV for the round 2.
Yeah, so that was pretty impressive too. So how did your team prepare for this GOAT series?
Oh
Well,
well. Well,
my
first
my okay.
you go on. Okay, I'll go on. So our team before like the Go series, we were playing Among Us instead of trading and looking through strats. We were sitting full day playing Among Us. We didn't even care about Goal 3. And then, like, just before Goal 3, I was panicking, like, a lot. I was like, oh, we have to win, guys, or we're going to get knocked out of top 8. And then the team was also with me, but they were saying everything will go fine, just chill. And we were kind of happy with the group because ECG King were actually our top 8 contenders. They were the closest to us. So if we beat one of them out, we would actually make top 8. So we were kind of happy about it when, like, just before, like, 1 hour before the tournament started, we were very relieved. But before that, it was very hectic and we were very panicking, all the time.
Interesting, because
And our great car
yeah.
didn't sleep that day, apparently because of being nervous.
Oh dear, oh no.
However, we were pretty nervous going into the Gold 3, but that would honestly just determine if you reach top 8 or not. So yeah, it was pretty nerve-wracking, but we still pulled it through and were extremely focused on the games.
Legacy so easy to get enough focus. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Among Us still it's still popular. It's not outdated yet, so well anyway, so obviously we went through and that must be like relief to you. So how did your team react when you know your team qualified?
Well, when we qualified, we couldn't even focus. Everybody was screaming in the VC. I mean, personally, I went so loud in the VC. Some people actually had to mute me. Like, I really started to scream in the VC because, yeah, it was a pretty epic moment. It was the match after GV, because after GV we knew if we all qualified to second day. So yeah, we're gonna make it top 8, and that was a very, very epic moment for us.
Oh, do you have others living with you at that moment? Giga.
Yeah.
Do you have others living with you at the moment? And you screamed.
Well, yeah. Like, I mean, personally, I was the only one who was screaming in the VC. Like, the others were kind of quiet, but I was maybe the loudest of them all.
I know, but in real life, I mean, I think you're probably playing in at your home. But is there anyone at your home at that time?
Oh well, my parents went out for a walk. What a nice timing for me to scream. Honestly, we're having.
My internet just acted up, so I kind of disconnected for a moment there. Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. So, I mean, yeah. Lucky you, no one's at home except you, so it would have been funny if someone is
Well, his parents
asking...
beat up mid-tournament sometimes, but yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, that has happened a lot. My parents would come in mid-tournament to ask me to do some chores, or actually ask me to do some other stuff, and it kind of was annoying, but yeah, we still pulled it through.
I see. So, okay, so next, as for one and only, so how did you react when you know that NQE7? You are the leader as well of that team. So how did you react when your team qualified?
Well, first of all, it was inaudible screaming from Giga for like 1 minute straight. Well, I was pretty happy with the results, so like I was like extremely happy, and I'm pretty sure everyone in the team was happy because almost everyone in the team didn't ever reach top 8, so it was our first ever experience reaching top 8. And yeah, everyone's just generally happy and having a great time.
That's really good to hear. And I think that was pretty much a moment for you, and you don't have to go into middle echelon championship and be looked down upon by Madbox once again. Well, we will see about the predictions later today, because it takes a long time to key in all the results. I'm pretty much like not even halfway through for the Asia one.
I'm sure it takes a lot of calculations first, yeah.
Yeah. It's not really the calculation. I have the algorithm ready, but it's more to do with keying in the results previously.
You have to enter all the values.
All the values. There were a lots of matches to key in this season, so that's a lot of effort to put in. Luckily, I have I can kind of copy the code from power rating, so that helps a little bit. But still, there is a lot to change. Especially, I don't have the maps saved for the power rating, so I have to, find out which maps you were all playing before. So. Well, we'll have it later. I think check my Discord server later.
Yep. We are looking forward for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. So, apart from that, which opponent is the toughest for you this season so far?
Well, for me, I'd say RN is probably our toughest competition this season. We faced them a lot of times in this season, and all of the games were pretty intense and nerve-wracking, so I'd say RN is our toughest competition.
I mean, for me though, I would say it was definitely E7. E7 was our toughest. Anytime we faced them, we just got like steamrolled. We had no choice, but we got steamrolled pretty much most of the times.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I think E7 people must be. I mean, the ones in E7 must be very happy to know that that's NQE7. Is showing some appreciation, but yeah, E7 is also another top team this season. They have been playing really well too. I mean, they were
training a lot. I'm really looking forward to see where E7 lands in this tournament.
True. I mean, there were rumors like that E7 won't be able to form a team even for this season, but
yeah, basically pranking whole Asia.
Yeah, but seems they have resolved their differences, so that's good.
E7 is a very complicated and controversial clan, I might say.
Yeah.
I see.
They have extreme political views and on a lot of things.
or do you mean polarized? Because it seems it's kind of polarized.
Well, not quite, but you could say so.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, because some of them are... I don't know if they are actually being ironic or sarcastic, because I do feel like they're being sarcastic with some of their political views.
That's something you need to figure out.
Yeah, I think they're just being sarcastic. Oh my gosh, they're at it. They're at it now. Oh gosh. So I think.
Anyway,
E7...
I had another question for you though.
Yes, go for it.
Well, how do you feel about the new update changes coming to 8.3, and how do you think it will change the meta?
Oh, I think it will be very interesting. I think heavies needed that because I really hate when kind of like the heavies dominates the Clan Wars tournament scene. It's getting a little bit too slow and too defensive for a lot of teams. And and I really like to see mediums or lights because they really require a lot of brain power and a lot of skills to play it right.
Yep.
And they can be really exciting to watch with their mobility and their DPM. So glad that I think mediums would be reintroduced. I do see people saying E50M would become the next new medium to become the medium tank, dominant medium tank.
And FV422 as well, yeah.
FV422, I think it was just only the speed buff, which I think already it's quite a quick tank. So I don't really think that the speed buff is going to help too much, because I do think like Vickers Knight's still better than FE422 in quite a lot of ways, and except pretty much the gun, but I would say like the kind of the camo rating, this mobility, I do think Vickers would still be preferred over 4202, and 4202 I think the armor is still not buffed, so
yeah, that's true.
So I think with the armor being quite a main factor into the lineups for a lot of teams, I do think that 422 probably would not be in the meta. But if they're going to buff M48 and M60 as well, maybe we'll see some of them. But they're going to be in tough competition with the STB one if they decide to take that tank back. So I would say it's going to be T22 and D50M being these two tanks, kind of being the main medium tanks.
These are exciting lineups. It's going to be very good for streaming because the games normally are pretty passive and like there's not much action going on, which isn't quite entertaining for the viewers. And I feel like if the medium meta gets implemented, things will get quicker and more entertaining. So I think that's going to be better for streaming. And people are going to be more interested in watching them.
Very true indeed, and gladly, we're going to have less likelihood in seeing Camp Steer gameplay, and especially on Camp Steer.
We might see some river rush from the Camp Steer. Who knows?
Yeah, so we don't have to do tour guide on Camp Steer all the time, so that's really good. Yeah, we need new streamer to watch a lot of battle. I do recommend if you want to stream the Asia server, there are lots of spots in the challenger. So go ping Tony if Tony's not responding then to your request, then maybe I could help with that. Basically, challengers tournament is a really exciting tournament to follow. Especially this season has been a high standard for the Asia server.
I feel like this season is the best season when it comes for Asia. Like everything has competition. Top 8 has competition, top 16 has competition as well. I feel like this is the peak of Asia.
Yeah, I think it's the peak of Asia as well, and I think WoTB season could be even better, but only if they don't revert back to the previous skill tournament format. Because
I hope not.
Yeah, because the group stage quarterfinals getting knocked out there. I mean the middle of the pack teams. It's pretty frustrating, especially when pop teams are just not interested. That's another problem. But I mean, with now this kind of formats, I think it really encourages the middle of the pack teams. But talking about the meta as well, maybe we'll see some TDs. 268 Hori, W said the Chinese TD is also another one that I think might get.
Yes, the Chinese lunchbox.
Yeah,
Chinese,
that would probably get a lot of attention. So I'm excited to see. M60 probably will become the dominant clipper. Maybe.
Yeah, the 3-shot can really be dominating when it used perfectly.
Well, it does not have the best of armor profile like Kronwagen has and the speed boost.
Yeah.
So Kronwagen still can be meta, and the armor profile hold down. Again, the yo can be easily pinned on the hatches and cheeks.
Yeah.
So it's not really meta yet, but it can be definitely meta.
Especially with Kronwagen nerf. That I think.
Kronwagen nerf, might actually make it really meta though. Yeah,
I think we'll give way to.
I feel like we'll see mediums running around Kronwagens more often now.
Yeah, now I think that's going to be possible, especially when the turret speed, the rotation speed of Kronwagen is reduced. So, I'm gonna say hello to everyone still. Tommy, Trapede, and Arthur, and so on. Peg Puffins, Alex, and so on. So, let's continue. Let's talk more about the team NQE7 itself, because I think this team is pretty much a new one. I think they only first participated in the spring season. So, I suppose one and only is the founder, is it not? What made you to create a team for NQE7?
Well, it was initially me and Giga, otherwise known as Malfunction Base 69, came up with the idea of making a team for spring. And it was, believe it or not, it was literally 6 days before POS 1 started. So we kind of had to speedrun everything. We basically kidnapped players from various clans such as Skux, GSM, E7, ENT, etc. Our initial expectations for spring was just reaching top 8. Top 16, I mean. Oops. Yeah, then that's how NQE7 was born.
Interesting. I mean, spring season top 16, I still remember DCG simply qualified without qualifying to the next step. That is a moment.
We also came in the clutch in top 16 because we almost got knocked out thanks to the win rate seeding.
Yeah.
No, actually, our performance in PYS was not very good.
It's kind of funny because we almost got knocked out in top 8 as well.
True. Yeah. That is why Madbox hates you, because you guys didn't perform well.
Yeah, we need to work
yeah.
on our consistency.
Consistency,
We
definitely,
sometimes do well and we sometimes do bad, so we need to work on that.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe tell us more about the functionality of NQE7 and their relationship with E7.
Oh, that's an interesting question. Well, E7 and NQE7 are both independent clans. However, we are like a big group of friends. We help each other on various things such as training rooms, warm-up, advice. Particularly E7 back in spring season helped us a lot because we were a particularly new team. We have this cute little thing we always do, which is playing Among Us after training room or TRs.
It
1
makes
hour,
us
2 hour Among
closer.
Us session.
Yeah, it really makes us closer. And it's sort of fun, and it puts the relief out of, if having a bad tournament day, we just have fun in Among Us to just forget about it. So yeah.
I see.
Oh, my internet is acting up again.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but it's great that clans are, help people in order. I mean, especially the kind of the middle of the pack teams, and I do hope that more top clans would do that, so that I think the tournament scene will grow more, especially for Asia servers. So much potential and so many newcomers as well. So I really hope to see it flourish and become really good. And I can say the next year's Twisted, don't write Asia server off for now.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty much set up, I would say. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I mean, we've talked about the tournament format this season, so actually let's talk about the future. What are your expectations for NQE7 for the autumn season?
This is actually a tricky one because, we have commitments. Some of us have commitments, and we're not sure we might be able to play, but we're like currently.
We basically haven't decided what we're going to do for autumn season, but hopefully our team will stay intact and we will continue playing on and participate in autumn season. At least that's what I'm trying to do.
And I think this is like the biggest season this year, autumn season. So obviously,
yeah, everything builds up towards autumn season. We should be playing that. Hopefully we will.
Yeah.
I mean, we making top 8 this season might give us a sort of motivation, I would say. So there's like a high chance that we will still be there in autumn.
That's good. Let's hope to see you back, and hopefully, I mean, the top 8 is obviously going to be a big fight. And I think clans below the top 10 will also be fighting for that. So basically, you have a huge bunch of clans fighting for top 8, which is, I think, is going to be extremely competitive. And
Indeed.
And as I say, this season, the top 16 you're seeing, at least most of them have been training hard for this season. I can't say if it's kind of true for every single clan, but at least the top 8 it is. But I mean, I can't say like all of them at least have participated in the community tournament or been training really hard for this season. So what does it say about the autumn season? Maybe 20 clans are fighting hard, training hard for.
Oh, that's good.
That's going to be really exciting, and I'm not sure if XR will be back. I really hope they will be back, and maybe TCS1. And that's
XR has like some of their players, like a few of their players are in 9v. Some of them are. So I don't think they might revive, but they will maybe become. 9v might improve a lot. That's all.
Yeah,
I feel like we will have PGMT playing next season, so that's one addition to the teams.
Yeah. Oh yeah, great to hear that PGMT is coming back. So I think they were very, very unlucky to have their cups removed in the Silver Series, which I think a lot left to be decided.
That was a bad decision by Wargaming. I think this could have been approached by a different way and make everyone happy, but I think they went with the rush decision instead.
Yeah. So I think lots of things been overlooked for Wargaming this season. So
there is challengers, right, on autumn season, or it's not confirmed because last season there was no challengers.
I think it was not confirmed, but I think they will put it because I think it was. I mean, looking at winter and spring, it was hugely successful. So I can't see why they will remove challengers this for the autumn. And I think summer season, the middle echelon championship is equally successful too. I would say, except maybe NA server where there is a clan which is supposedly not going to participate. So I say across all servers.
I feel like Blizz in general, every 2-minute team is somewhat growing, which is very good to see because hopefully Wargaming will come up with better creations, and this might be one of the most. This game has a lot of potential for esports. I think if they like implement everything correctly, I think this game can be one of the toppest viewed games on esports.
Yeah, I agree, and if that happens, then I can pretty much go full time with streaming and earn a decent chunk of money.
Yep. Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway.
I wish the pandemic wasn't there. The Twister is always a big attraction for this. I hope they will have Twister next year.
Offlines, people love to see the player's face, like who are they, the identity of their players. They also love the streamers coming live and talking about every team, the chemistry. It's fun.
Yeah, I would love to be involved next season too. I mean next year if I were to be invited. But anyway, I think it was a good talk. But anyone on the chat has any questions for NQE7? Yeah, not enough. I think the bar is quite high this season for Asia server. And I mean look at power rating too. Power rating. I'm going back to this for now. Power rating. The 10th placing team has more than 50 rating points. You don't see that on EU or NA. I think the 10th place is pretty much like 40 or 30. But Asia, Der has 55.9, and Der actually gained some rating points from his initial rating. So that's actually pretty impressive. I'd have to say Asia some of the competitiveness.
Yeah. I mean, they've definitely improved a lot. I mean, DUR as well, yeah. They lost their caller and still they came back up really well.
True.
Summer.
Yeah, I think there is one to watch for next season too, and I mean DTG also improved a lot this season up until pretty much the last two series. I mean,
DTG, wow, I expected them to be one of the lower on the middle Echelon, and they actually proved to be one of the top on the middle Echelon. They really came up.
They really came through now. I believe they realized that they can watch our streams, and maybe they improved a lot from the streamers, for the streams as well.
We've been playing with DTG and training rooms a lot quite recently, and they're pretty nice. They're pretty good at. I feel like they have potential. If they keep training, they'll be one of the top 8 teams.
Yeah, I have to say they have come through a lot. I think they have come through a lot. I think they surprised me a lot back in the Cloud Wars Asia Blitz Cup, where they won the first 3 games against GB, and they were pretty convincing ones too.
Yeah, I saw those games. It was pretty nice. It was pretty nice to see them pull through GB and giving GB a very hard fight.
Yeah, but they weren't consistent enough. But I mean against E7, they were pretty much back to what they were before. But I'll also say like summer season has been a good opportunity for them, especially when they are playing a lot more games. They have a lot more experience, a lot more games to analyze. So it really helps them, and I really hope to see that them being really competitive for the next season. And several clans also are coming back to like E4D and 9V, I think, with Cloud Wars Asia Blitz Cup. They also become like an obvious top 16 team now. Like before that,
9V is pretty good as well.
Yeah, they were pretty much like on the edges of top 16, but I think what happened in the Cloud Wars Asia Blitz Cup and also this season, I think it really helped a lot of teams, and I really love to see that.
Hopefully after summer we'll have Cloud Wars Asia Blitz Cup again, too.
Yeah, just to give us a warm-up for the autumn season, just to give us an idea of the competitiveness.
So
because
you heard it.
the meta's gonna change, and we need to adapt fast before autumn, I would say.
So you heard it, officials of the Clan Wars Asia committee. Organize
Hopefully
another.
we will. There's nothing confirmed yet, but hopefully there will be one.
Yeah, I just hope so.
I
As
hope
well.
there will be one. I think teams aren't playing for the money too. Like, this is really good to see. Teams aren't playing for the money, especially when the prize pool is substantially less than the Blitz Premier Cup, and we still see a lot of clans playing really seriously, and a lot of
Yeah, that's
16
true.
teams participated, which is impressive as well. So I really hope to see more teams play. I think last season
Hopefully-
only half from spring participated in the end, so hopefully this season we get to see all 16 teams there on Clan Wars Asia.
Yeah,
Hopefully CW will go more smoother than last season, because there was few controversy with RN and their members, and HLB pulling out because they had less members. Hopefully everything will be sorted out next season and it will be perfect.
that was
season.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I think the organizers have dealt with these controversies pretty professionally and pretty nicely.
Yes, I do agree with that.
Yeah, so they deserve credits for that, and I also have to say credits to DST and RN. I mean, DST not putting a huge fuss over this issue, because if it were like EU server, it would have been it would have been as if like there was
Monumental damage.
monumental.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying it was going to be as big as that asteroid killing all the dinosaurs. It could be that big.
Oh no.
Yeah, but then it was resolved really quickly. So I really appreciate that, and EU has a lot to learn from that. And
Oh yeah, EA coming up with on this season being the surprise. Like, they went on beating almost all the top 8 teams. It was very surprising to see.
Them, yeah, they were probably. I don't know. They became the hot favorites for a while.
which one?
EA, because
EA.
they were
EA.
very bad in spring. They were not even making top 16. They gave up in top 16 as well. But then they suddenly come back and they become so different. Their playstyle changes, and their rotations are like the quickest, as far as I'm concerned, very quick this season.
Yeah,
Immediately
they
respond.
they are pretty strong as well. They thrive on rotations and clippers, and maps like
basically-
Normandy is really good for them, and
It's
Vineyards
like Trojan strats, right? It's Trojan strats. Basically, hide in spawn and bait the enemy to someone, and then go in and clip them out.
No, I don't say it's that kind of strat. It's not really spawn baiting, but they're just being very aggressive, and they also get a cap lead. They remind me a lot of 7-Star Mercy on the CIS server, actually. So, I think E4 they did that once on Clan Wars Asia Blitz Cup, but they didn't continue to do so.
I guess you are right. Yeah, it was very nice to see them. It was very quick games. It was pretty entertaining to see, not going to lie.
Yeah, but it also requires a lot of communication and a lot of skill as well. So I could see like not a lot of clients are able to adopt this method in Clan Wars, but I could see it being really hugely effective and yeah. But I mean, EA
This type of playstyle would like be effective when the next update drops. Fast playstyle. I think E4D should continue doing that and
It's
try
very
to improve on that.
entertaining that as well. It's very entertaining. No boring spawn gameplay.
Yeah, I think it's also very entertaining, and I agree with that. And commentators have to keep on saying something, and I mean we will have to dunk in a lot more glasses of
Start
water.
being
Water.
rappers.
but also we will have to have some lozenges besides on the table. So if our throat decides to dry up and to become hoarse, then we'll have to take in some lozenges and well, we are saying if there's just a cup, we have to have some lozenges on the table, and we have to commentate on such exciting matches. That would be, you know, a moment. And
no
then,
more commentating on people in buildings.
Yeah, and then I mean the commentators while we're on the break will be sharing lozenges to kind of, you know, take a little break. Hopefully we don't lose our voice already in the first few matches. We don't want to do that. And yes, yeah, I'm excited about EA as well. I mean, Goat series, the second Go series on Asia server is definitely the second day I think definitely the best tournament I streamed so far and this season. So I can't wait to see what EA has to offer on the table.
The first game though against you guys, I mean GB versus ID, is gonna be very exciting to see because both teams are so strong, and seeing one of them going out one day is actually mind blowing.
It's mind blowing, but I mean, Asia server, it's really competitive.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes, yeah.
Feast, E7, IDEA, and
this
GB
format,
yeah.
This format one day emulation is pretty okay it's pretty entertaining for the viewers, but it's very bad for the players because they're getting so stressed.
Yeah, I could understand that too. I think this format works really well for very small seasons, or that the top 8 has been decided accurately beforehand, which I don't think it is the case. So I can understand some clients are not happy about single elimination.
I would actually like the autumn season, or the oldest of the oldest formats, where it was like back
Round
in
robin.
2000.
This is boomer talk. I have only played this game for 2 seasons, so I can't relate to anything.
I mean, facing each clan, like each clan facing each other, it gave us more of, who actually deserved to be like top 8. Sorry, top 4, top 4, because it gave, like, you're facing every single clan, so you're tested against each one of them.
Yep.
So I kind of like that format better. I mean, it takes, honestly, a little bit more time. I guess they want to reduce on the days. That's why they're maybe trying to just single up.
Yeah, probably so. But also, I think they don't want clans to go into top 8 and then, yes, we are there. We're just going to be there and not going to get better positions, because I think what was done on this year so far is that the position you end up on the leaderboard will change how you are seeded against. So I do see the reasoning from Wargaming there, but I think in the end I probably would prefer the spring season, because you would never know if there is a tournament whereby there will only be like 7 teams showing up, and Wargaming doesn't seem to do anything to make it to 8 in the end. So I'm not sure if they're going to make it to 8 in the end for the NA challengers. I don't think they have enough time to do that, but if they do, then I think single elimination there is still a good reason to do so. But I could see, like,
I agree with you. The spring season format was pretty not good for the top 8 round robin. I mean, no.
No.
2 group double elimination.
Yeah, double elimination. Yeah, that was pretty good. I think that they should continue that.
Yeah. However, some teams played against one another like 3 times, which is it's a big problem.
That was kinda
That was kind of daft, but yeah. Just say hello to Yoda. Is your huge fan? I can say.
Oh, Yoda, big fan. Caught him.
Yeah, and hello, and yeah, I don't know how to say that. Sorry, your first name, but yeah, I have to say it's interesting. I think it's the first time that the Asia top 4 is pretty competitive. Compared to, let's say, last autumn season, like the top 4 is pretty predictable, except maybe RN. RN is like, I don't know what happened there, but
RN are gonna lose some players. We heard after the season they have some commitments.
Okay.
So they might.
The leader Tommy is apparently going to study. Yep.
Yeah, so they might have to rethink their chemistry and maybe like, recruit new players, and yeah, they might need to train a lot, I guess.
Yeah, but I think in a pool, Asia server is already not a huge server, so with players leaving, you do have to be you do have to feel worried about some of the clans here. The Japanese clans, I think, we almost saw no Japanese clans in the top 8. When you compare it to winter season, 3 Japanese clans are in the top 8.
AUR was a new one as well. That was also a new clan into top 8.
Is it spring or winter? I forgot. No, I don't think so. I think almost we have 3
It was
Japanese
winter
clans.
when there was in top 8.
Winter had 2 new teams. One was GSM, a new group of players came in, and the other was DUR. One was
DUR.
English, and the other was
Japanese, yeah. That was really good. I think. I think in that season too. They got benefited a little bit by win rate seeding, but they are still top 8
competitive.
Still.
Yeah, very competitive.
Still very competitive. So I think they finished in the top 8 in my power rating too. So they deserve top 8 no matter what. Yeah, but we almost had like 3 Japanese clans in top 8 at one point, or even 4. Like E4D might even be in the top 8. It could be a big.
True,
yeah, it could
true,
be very big.
could be.
Yeah, but I think the record that was broken winter seasons, that there are like 4 international clans in the top 8.
Yeah,
GSM, Feast, and I think
Cats.
Cats. Yes.
It's sad to see them gone, but we can't really like feel their leave because we have so many new teams coming to top 8, so it doesn't feel empty without them.
Yeah, true. And I can't wait to see the top 8. This season is top 4 this season. E7 could very well lose to HLV. Don't underestimate HLV. When they're good, they can be quite hard to beat.
Yes, HLV is a very strong opponent for E7.
Yeah, so top 4. We're getting some really exciting matches already there, and top 4, you can say at least 6 of them are like worthy of getting a top 4.
2 of them will get knocked out. That's the sad truth.
4 of them will get knocked out. 2 of them.
2 of them, like us, we're new, right? So I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Say you have a big chance, but we'll try our best. That's it.
Yeah, I think 4 of them will get knocked out in the end. So in the top 8. So if RN's even in the top 8, then everything will be a toss up. Everything will be a toss up. So.
Yep.
Anyways, can we actually we're able to wrap up this interview at the moment because we actually have training with the clan.
Oh, sure. So I'm not going to leave you for too long. So, I don't think anyone has asked you any questions apart from a very sensitive question.
Okay.
So if there are no more questions to ask, then I think I will leave it here. Might get the stream going still, and so I think if there are no more questions, then I think okay, Alex saying eager is a chat, but
No,
I highly doubt that.
I'm not. Definitely not.
Cute face.
You-
Giga, are you Swedish? I thought, are you Swedish?
No, I am from India. Rip. Yeah, but I have stayed in Sweden for a while, so I do have some of their, culture in my. No, culture, basically. I have some of their culture, but I'm mainly Indian.
Culture, like pop music culture. Sweden, which is really famous of, and IKEA.
IKEA, yes.
Oh my god.
IKEA,
It's IKEA,
Yeah.
usually.
I don't know, because I've always been saying IKEA, but anyway. And Pink Puff is saying you lost a fan. Ooh.
Oh, ouch.
Ooh.
It's okay. You have 2 fans today, me and Giga.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, Yoda
Don't
got
worry.
scammed. Oh, sad. Yes. Yeah, that's really great to hear. Yeah, I agree with Trahead Pete. Nice to hear comp players just talking about the game and not drama, and how to wreck the seeding or how to wreck the tournament.
Yeah, there's a lot of entertaining drama going on in the tournaments that we're not going
Well,
to.
I don't think it's entertaining though. I think it's pretty detrimental to the
Yeah, that's true as well to the game.
scene.
Yeah.
It's very detrimental. We don't want to see that kind of drama. I don't think there is a place for that kind of drama in the world of Tigers plus esports. I mean, we are not we're not big already, and if we have like teams that just putting more effort in rigging the tournament rather than
Trying to get better at the game.
trying to do better, training hard, then I don't think that will be sustainable. So I just have to be really harsh here.
There's a lot of drama going on between King and GV, but it was
Although that kind of drama stays inside Asia, it really doesn't go outside of Asia. So that's
Yeah.
it does.
Well,
I mean,
and
I
also
think
and also that
least-
kind of drama was not rigging. Well,
yeah.
not really about rigging in the end. Like it's pretty much splitting between 2 teams, which I see that often or already on NA and EU's. Nothing really special. Although that being said, it's nothing to be normalized. I do think teams have to be nice to one another and try to help one
sit down
another
and have
compete with one another positively. But still.
I mean, every game has some sort of drama going on with the competitive teams, but hopefully it will decrease in the future and everyone will have like a peaceful game.
Yeah, true. Wargaming has to play a huge part in that as well. But teams also have to step up. It's not just about Wargaming that needs to do a change. They have to do the most changes, which I agree.
Yeah, that's true.
The teams also, have to do better.
Wargaming has a lot of opportunities to prevent this kind of dramas from happening in the first place.
Didn't
Like silver
Wargaming
tournament,
come in
winner seeding.
EU server? In EU server, didn't Wargaming come in for some kind? Was it Turks? I'm not sure. I'm not.
Oh yeah, Turks and RNG, their cups got removed. I think we can talk more about that on the EU stream there. About that has been really controversial, and I'm also getting some abuse on my end, which I think it was.
I don't think doing this while being streamed isn't the brightest idea, but I can feel like they're being sad because it was just a giggle at the end of the day, and they got knocked out for that.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they're just really having fun, but it was streamed on live, and it was kind of it was kind of a mockery to the tournament. So. I do see like it's not going to go down well to everyone. Like not even Wargaming, but also a lot of players have complained to me about that game that they want Wargaming to do something to address that issue. So yeah, so it was a little bit too much fun for them.
Yeah, I think that was a bit too much fun from their part.
Yeah, I was saying they play with fire and they burn the house down. So I'm sorry.
I mean, doing that in quick tournaments is fine, I guess, but
it's fine. Quick
in
tournament
this
is fine.
stage, it's not really quite fine doing this.
Yeah, and especially when talking about professionals tournament, it's supposedly it should be serious. I mean, especially when you're streamed, and that link is in the game. Like Wargaming is telling everyone to watch the tournament stream, and we are shown that.
Yeah. That isn't the best
not the best idea.
Not
the best impression for the non-tournament players. So I do hope that if you get streamed and the link is in the game, that stream link is in the game, I do hope that you don't really meme around, because it really gives a bad impression to the tournament scene, and especially when we don't have a lot of viewers already. So and we always advocate for the tournament scene being like a huge part of the game. So we really hope that if teams get streamed and gets and that stream like it's in the game, then I really hope that teams can show their best as much as they could, because otherwise it will otherwise just people won't watch, and they think that the tournaments are just
just a training room.
A joke.
A fun training room.
Yeah, I mean, they would rather play the game than to play tournaments, and we really need some good reason why they should watch tournaments instead of playing random matches. Because we all know random matches are bad, right? The matchmaking is bad.
Yeah.
The teams are bad. The players are bad. If the people are watching, if the people are playing the random matches instead of watching tournaments, then we have to do better than that.
Exactly.
Tournaments are supposed to be coordinated and competitive gameplay, not like memeing around or something like that.
Yeah, so I really hope
because you can literally do that in training room. There has to be a difference.
True. So yeah, so I agree. Viewers would just think that think that it's just a joke, and yeah, so really hope that clans can reconsider what they do on the stream. Sometimes I think it's fine if you protest on the stream, like for example PGMT on my stream, which I totally understand. Their cups getting retracted. They want to show to the streamers, to the viewers, that it's a very very bad move from Wargaming. I totally understand that. But yeah, I mean protests. I think. We streamers sometimes.
I mean, they could have still continued playing and maybe reached top 16 and still have
they were memeing a bit as well.
Top 16.
Yeah, they were memeing a bit, but that was right after their cups getting removed. So I understand they have emotions, which I do encourage. That you express your emotions in an effective way, which by all the reasons, don't bottle up your emotions, because that's unhealthy. So so for that kind of reason, I do understand that teams would leave this season, which I totally understand, because why would a team be treated like that would like to play every single day, which I totally understand would not make sense at all. So yeah, so hopefully we're not going to leave you for too long, and I'm going to say goodbye to you all and go for training now, because Legacy is knocking at your door.
Yeah, our ECG buddies won't be too happy.
Okay, good. So I'll let you go now.
Although
Thank you.
It was a very fun experience to be talking with you and you taking us interview. It was very fun.
No worries.
Thanks for having us.
No worries. Thank you. I'll see you later then.
See ya. Take care.
See you. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so that was NQE7 with Giga and also One and Only. I think the leader and also the strat maker, isn't it? From NQE7. The leader and caller. The leader and caller, not the strat maker. So, well, I'm going to have this stream a little bit longer. So, do you all have any other questions, or do you want me to discuss other things? For the Asia server, we can go through them if you want me to do so. Because at the end of the day, this is a top 8 summer season preview, summer season championship. I'm very delighted, very honored to be invited back once again to stream the summer season championship. I'll be the only one covering in English. JG06 will cover it in Korean. Bingling and also Shui Wei Sean, hopefully I nailed that pronunciation, will be covering it in Mandarin, and those streams will be on Bilibili. I'm not sure if they're going to do a giveaway on that Bilibili though. Maybe they will, but I think the instructions will be in simplified Chinese, so you probably will not understand too much if you're not a fluent speaker in Mandarin or anyhow. As for GD06, I don't know what kind of giveaway he will be doing, or maybe he will do it at all. But I do think if you want to follow the streams, if you want to watch the streams in Korean, by all means do it. But I'll be following mostly. I'll be following in English. Lots of really exciting games ahead. I'll pick the most exciting games for you all, obviously. But probably, I think GB versus ID is going to be the most exciting one. Next probably will be E7 versus HLV. I'm not sure who's going to stream that. Hopefully JG06 will get that one, because I think it will be good. Great. Shui Sean and also Bingling. I don't think they saved their streams after that. So I suppose you might have to send someone to record everything, and maybe the teams have to share their replays with one another. I will be happy to host the replays though on my server. If the clans want to approach me. Spartan, what do I think about single elimination to make top 4? It really depends on the situation. Because the purpose of playing top 8 really is to play amongst the best teams. I do think with this kind of format we have in the summer season, the teams already have been playing a lot of the games against the top 8 teams. For example, Zenith have played all the top 8 teams already on the EU server. So by that, does that mean that the purpose of playing top 8 is already diminished, even with this kind of format though? Single elimination, I think there are advantages and disadvantages. I mean, it also depends on the format, I would say, of the qualifiers as well. I think if the top 8 is decided pretty accurately already, then I don't think we need to go to double elimination to find out the top 4, because the problem with that format in the spring is that teams play one another like 3 times, and maybe a little bit too much. And considering if you bring it over to the summer season, then too many games. I mean, probably the teams who know each other too well, and then it's also kind of boring as well for viewers. Like it's the same matchup over and over again. So if I think that previously the top 8 ranking in the qualifiers it's pretty accurate, then single elimination would just reduce the number of games played, and I think it's a good method. That being said, I don't think the ranking is very accurate though. Especially for EU and CIS, I do think that the ranking is in the top 8 is really not a true reflection of the ranking in the end. And the next thing, I think if the season wants to end really quickly, just like 2 or 3 weeks, I think this format will work really well. Probably going to play like 4 days in the professionals, and if you could shorten it to like 2 weeks for qualifiers, if you want to make it short and simple, then maybe go for this format. I think it's fine. That being said, I think the previous format is also fine, but anyway. Anyway, I think Wargaming has put a lot of attention to the qualifiers nowadays, so I think the round robin format, Wargaming would need to put less focus on that in the end. I think the reason why Wargaming does not want to go back to round robin is that teams just play to get into the top 8, and if they get top 8, then they don't have to do anything. They can simply just put their hands up high and not participate, which I think is fine. If they don't participate in all the qualifiers, it's totally understandable. They don't have to spend all their evenings on this game. No one is playing in full time except maybe BPS, but we will see. Thank you, Shahad Pete. But I think round robin is the best in terms of deciding the top 4 and so on. And I think in terms of viewership, that's going to do really well. That being said, if some teams are going to be knocked out in the last 2 or 3 games, we saw what happened on the EU server with APA and so not to a big extent. APA to a big extent, then I don't see the reason why it should go back to round robin. Because if you're certainly getting knocked out of the top 4, then really huge chance that teams are not going to play seriously, and it's not going to look good on stream either. So, what about? So hopefully I answered your question, Pete. Yeah, I think we will not be able to see some legendary matchups too. I agree with you. Round robin will give that. Will ensure that all the top 8 teams will face one another. This is a good thing about round robin, which I think autumn season we should see. We should see the comeback of this. I believe we will, because I think they're going to use the same format as to how they present their regional finals, like Asia, EU, NA, and CIS. They're doing it week by week, so I think it's good. Scythe saying DWF is going to win against 7 Turks. Think it's going to be quite unlikely, but who doesn't want a good upset? I don't think Turks is just way ahead of everyone else in the Middle Echelon Championship. Like they don't even belong there. So I think Turks. I mean they are definitely going to be the runaway favorites. If they're going to do really well, if they're going to perform at a high standard, they might even steamroll. But I don't think we're going to be seeing that. I think teams who put up a really strong fight to dethrone Turks, which I think Zenith will be the closest to beating Turks, to be honest with you. But I would like to see DWF, but Turks is a really strong clan and they performed really well in Blitz Premier Cup, so I do think it's a little bit unlikely, but upset is an upset and it's a best of 9 as well, so Turks definitely have more experience with that, so we don't know. Yeah, I think qualifiers, if we're going back to the round robin, can be simplified. I think it worked really well in 2019 Twister, where there are only 2 weeks of qualifiers, and yeah, the top 8 might not be the best decided, but top 8 might not be the best decided, but we'll get a round robin in the end. But anyway, I agree with Spartan. Bronze series round robin is a really nice idea if they're going to implement it for the previous skill tournaments. First day round robin, I would say, would be good. 16 round robin will be good. I think it will fit the timeline really well. Like, don't have to worry about overrunning. I think the system for the single elimination for odd number teams is there, so I don't think Wargaming has problem with doing so. So I would say through skill tournaments, first day round robin, second day single elimination, 32 team single elimination. I think that is fair enough. In terms of seeding the single elimination, in my opinion, I would say go for the group ranking, but I think it will be very hard to program it out, so I do understand if Wargaming can't do it and may have to go back to a fixed seeding, or maybe a combination of fixed and performance based seeding, so we'll see about that. Okay, so does anyone have other questions for me? If not, then I'll see you all in around 6 hours, so within 6 hours actually. Yeah, I do agree. Asia server is wild. Not me, but wild. So, don't think we have any more questions coming through, so I think we'll end here then. Thank you all for watching, and thank you all for joining here to have a talk about the top 8 for the Asia server. And I'll see you on the E server, and I think we will be interviewing Jones on the E server. Gaseo Jones will be with me there, and I think we'll have another nice talk. And around, and then it will be SLG, where we have Spiral with me. Interesting, interesting events today, and I think we'll all be hyped up. So, thank you all, and good night, everyone on the Asia server, and good afternoon, everyone on the E server. Bye for now.